Hey Ripple Makers, so my last video was a voiceover time lapse and it's doing really well. So I'm going to share a similar video this week, but I wanted to add a little intro this time and let you know that I just launched my YouTube channel last year in 2025 and it's still a little baby channel, slowly growing, and I really appreciate you being here so much. Last year, I did not post consistently, so this year I'm committing to posting every other Sunday at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. For those of you who are new here, I'm Janic and I'm the founder of Ripple Effect Leadership, and I work with entrepreneurs and teams to integrate creativity into their leadership and build sustainable businesses. That's what this channel is all about, leadership plus creativity and strategy. And if you haven't already subscribed, I would greatly appreciate that you do, and every time I do get a new subscriber, I do a little dance, because it gives me a little boost of dopamine and it helps me find like-minded kick-ass people like you. So today in this video, I'm taking you into my collaging era, which I started when I launched the Ripple Effect Tour earlier this year. And while you're watching me organize clippings and making a collage, I'm going to talk about something I've been thinking about a lot: how to create your own structure when no one's telling you what to do as a solo business owner. Because honestly, the way you create structure for a creative practice is the exact same way you create structure for your business. So the first workshop, part of the Ripple Effect Tour this year, was in London, Ontario, called Make Your Ripple Effect. And it was all about pairing that strategy with creativity. We had a room full of incredible kick-ass business owners making collages based on what's at their core and some of their goals for this year. This experience was so inspirational, not only for them, but also for me, and I cannot stop collaging. It's become an obsession. Some days I'm organizing clippings into themes, and other days I'm working on a new collage. And I'm taking suggestions for themes, so drop your theme ideas in the comments, and I might just make your suggestion. My clippings are categories into different things like nature, animals, year of the horse, self-care, vintage, home decor, celestial. You get the idea. I'm loving this process of finding old magazines and coffee table books at thrift stores and from friends and from neighbors. So in this video, I'm sharing what I learned about creating my own systems after leaving my 9-to-5, because no one hands you a playbook when you go solo. And the thing is, the way you create structure for a creative practice, I believe, is the same exact way you create structure for your business. And I'll talk about it in this video. Thanks again for being here. I worked a 9-to-5 for many years, multitasking and managing multiple events and projects, sometimes up to 12 events a year across Canada. I learned how to stay organized, how to build systems to keep me on track, and how to track my own progress. Corporate taught me a lot: strategic planning, team management, how to execute on someone else's vision, and how to manage budgets and timelines and stakeholders. But here's what it didn't teach me: how to create my own structure when there's no one telling me what to do. When I left that world and went all in on my business, I realized I have all these great skills, but now it's really going to be up to me to follow through. No one's going to hand me a system. No one's going to tell me the right way to organize my work or manage my time or build my creative practices and my work practices and build all these extra skills. No one's going to tell me when to work on strategy versus marketing versus client delivery. I had to figure that out myself. And honestly, that's one of the hardest parts of being a solo entrepreneur. You don't have a boss giving you deadlines. You don't have a team keeping you accountable. You don't have corporate structures telling you what to do and when to frickin' do it. You don't have someone saying, this is how we do things here, or follow this proven process. You have to create that for yourself. And here's what I've learned. The way we organize anything reveals how our brains actually work. Look at what I'm doing right now. I'm organizing magazine clippings into categories for my collage projects: food and drink, florals, symbols, art and creativity. I didn't pull this system from a book. No one told me to categorize it or organize it this way. This is just how my brain naturally categorizes things. Some people would organize alphabetically. Some would organize by color. Some would keep everything in one big pile and dig through it when they need something. That's not me, but that might be you. And none of these are wrong. They're just different ways that we work. And it's the same way I organize everything in my business. I created Asana workflows with sections that make sense for how I think, not how someone else's template told me to think. I built reset days into my calendar, like a tech day, systems day, CEO day, professional development days, because those are the structures that I need, not because I read it in a book. I design my days and schedule my way. No meetings on Mondays and Fridays if possible. And if I typically need to do strategy work, I try to do that in the mornings, as well as video recordings in the mornings, leaving my creative work like social media batching and other creative work for the afternoons, because that's what works for me, not because some productivity guru said it was the right way. No one handed me the system. I built it, and it's the most efficient and productive system for me. And that took time. It took experimenting. It took trying things that didn't work and adjusting. Solopreneurship is trial and error sometimes. And some days I'm organizing, some days I'm creating, and some days it feels random. And here's what I hope you take away from this video today. If you're a solo business owner waiting for someone to tell you the right way to do things, please stop waiting. No one's coming to hand you a system. You have to create your own. And the best way to figure out what works for you is just start experimenting. Try things. See what sticks. Adjust when it doesn't. You're building systems that fit you, not someone else's schedule and not someone else's life. So pay attention to how you naturally organize things. That's your blueprint for building business systems that actually stick. And that's what makes you effective as a solo business owner, not copying someone else's framework, not forcing yourself into a system that doesn't fit, not following the latest productivity trend because everyone else is doing it. There is no right way to run a solo business. There's only your way. And figuring it out requires you to pay attention to how you naturally organize, how you work, and what energizes you versus what drains you. So if you've been waiting for permission to do things differently, this is it. Create your own structure and build a kick-ass system and systems that actually fit you. That's a big part of self-leadership. Peace out, Ripple Makers.